Alright, hello everybody. Now today it's gonna be a bit of a different episode because we're gonna still have Star Wars Commander live Star Wars Commander gameplay in the background. But the thing is that today it's gonna be a review, as you might have read of the title. And a late review. Now I'm doing this review of The Force Awakens a lot later than when it came out, like when everything's died down. Just because I don't want to seem like, oh, I'm just hating on this because it's popular and gonna get me views. No, that's not the case. That is not the case at all, alright? Like, not the case at all. Oops, I'm sorry. That is not the case, okay? The thing is that, listen to this, alright? When it was first announced, I was hyped. I was hyped and hyped and hyped. I still kept my expectations down. Well, not like down, but still. I still kept my expectations reasonable. But I was still hyped. I was like, whoa, there's gonna be a new Star Wars. And on top of that, it was December 16th is when it was coming out. My birthday is December 15th. So it was like a late birthday present. Is what it was. It was like a 1 day late birthday present, alright? So sure, I was hyped. But listen, I'm a kid. I'm not as some people would say I'm not as capable of that high of critical thinking as most adults. As a child doesn't really need critical thinking. Like, why would they? But still. I can still review this, alright? I'm still a person, I still have opinions and so on and so forth. Alright. Now, when I went to watch it, it's amazing, alright? It was amazing. When I first went to watch it, it was amazing, alright? I thought it was great. I just started seeing the first bits. And because I was in the middle of watching the movie, I didn't have time to think about this and that, because it was a theater. And then there's loud noises, and people cheering, and blaster fires going off, and stormtroopers getting killed, and explosions going on, and civilians getting murdered, alright? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in The Force Awakens, so, yeah, it was nice and action-packed, and nice and cool, right? Going in. However, the more and more I started to watch, the less and less my excitement was going. Like it wasn't a downward spiral, but it was still going like a little bit down. And then there's a drop. There's just a drop. There was a drop when in the middle of the interrogation, Kylo just takes off his mask and it's like, why would you do that? You're trying to be intimidating. No! No! No, you do not do that. Thank you very much. It was like, why? Why? And he doesn't look threatening at all. He doesn't look like Han Solo and what's it called? And Princess Leia's, or I should say General Leia's, like the son. Okay, they don't look nothing like. They don't look like at all, right? So it was kind of like a drop. Like the first half of the movie was great. Second half not as great, but it was still fun, right? I'm not gonna go over every single plot point because I don't want spoilers and stuff. Alright? But the more and more I look back, alright? The more and more I look back on it, the more I start to really hate this movie. Really hate it. Alright? Like, I grew up with Star Wars, okay? Like, I wasn't the biggest Star Wars fan, but I still I love the original trilogy. 6 wasn't my favorite, mostly just because it was a little more mature, because I was young when I was, like, really young, like a little kid when I was seeing, like, the, let's go, Star Wars movies. Episode 5 is one of my favorites, mostly just due to the Walker scene. That was awesome. And it's just overall pretty nice, right? Prequels, not the worst. Like, sure, they were, some parts were pretty bad, pretty awkward, but overall, it's not that bad, in my opinion. That's my opinion. This isn't a fact, alright? But The Force Awakens is... Alright, imagine it being like when you, like, you had a civil... This is what it was. You had a civil war, like a galactic civil war, against an authoritarian fascist government, as in the Empire, imperialist, fascist, whatever, authoritarian. And basically, you have really bad guys, right? Evil space wizards fighting good space wizards. And then you see these characters, like you have your characters. They grow and develop. One of them is just shot into the world, has not an unwilling character, but an unwitting character. Just that has no idea. Just like the audience. You know, he's kind of like Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, as Mark Hamill put him himself. He's the guy that you go to, the go-to guy to see the reaction, to know to kind of ask what is going on, what's happening. I don't know what this happened, you know. But no. Then he grows. He gets his lightsaber. He gets braver. He learns the ways of the Force. He becomes a professional. He becomes a master. Well, not a master, but still, like an elite. And the ultimate redemption story. Someone who goes from slaughtering dozens and dozens and hundreds and thousands of people, and Jedi and innocents and rebels and everything. He cuts the hands off of his own son. He betrays his order that he's been fighting for. But then he sacrifices his own life to save his son. The ultimate redemption story. And it's all for nothing. Instead of it being left off, instead of romance, of the great romance between Princess Leia and and Harrison Ford. Han Solo. I'm sorry, I don't have a script here, which is why it's kind of rambling. But of Han Solo and Princess Leia, just the intimacy, the greatness of that. No, that's gone. Instead, what do you have? Princess Leia and Han Solo get divorced. Fizzled out divorce. Oh wait, they had a child. Oh, but wait, he turned into a Sith apprentice and became a murderer on a galaxy-wide scale. Oh, but wait, there's more. He's part of an empire. Just the Empire 2.0, alright? The Empire 2.0. Vader's sacrifice was for nothing. Nope. No, it was for nothing. The Death Star being destroyed, nope. Now they have the Star Killer base that can wipe out solar systems. I'm just gonna call them solar systems because that's what it was. Nope. What else do you have? Luke, who tried to reinstate the Jedi Order. Nope. He made Kylo Ren the murderer who he is with his Force powers. So what does he do? He goes back into hiding. And the galaxy forgot about the Jedi, despite one of the most evil freaking empires recently just being toppled off by Jedi. I'm sorry, I'm not doing anything on the actual screen. I'm kind of ranting here, but still. This is not what people want to see, alright? This is undoing everything that our heroes did in the original trilogy. Everything. Absolutely freaking everything. Everything. All that they've worked for. Every struggle was for nothing. Why? So that they could pop out a few other Star Wars sequels. No. Alright? No. That's where I draw the line and say no. This is not acceptable. Alright? Like, I want to address a little point that really aggravated me. And I hate cheese. Like, I love Star Wars The Force Awakens review. Like there was a point where he said, I miss, like some criticism, some guy was saying, like some people are saying, I miss the epicness of the prequels. And there's another point where he read out a comment saying, saying that, this movie was feminist propaganda. And on both of these points, he touches with, yeah, but do you care about storytelling? Do you care about character development? And plus, with the feminist propaganda comment, he also says, like, the problem is that she's too overpowering and Mary Sue. That's what he says. Somewhat what he says. I'm not sure if that's exactly his words, but still. And that aggravated me, because he just contradicted himself. By saying that, by dismissing, not dismissing, but still, by counter-arguing the criticism of, like, the characters not being good. He says himself, the characters aren't good. Like, that just made no sense to me. That just made no sense to me. Nothing. No sense. Nothing. I was just like, what? What are you saying? Like, did he even have... I know he said in the beginning it's just a filler episode and stuff, but still, did he even read his own script? Like, come on. You say, I don't like... like, do you care about storytelling? And then, while defending a movie, which then he goes on to state, this character is overpowered and a Mary Sue. Which, if you don't know what a Mary Sue is is a character trope. It's a really bad one. Usually found in, like, fan fictions and stuff. And the thing is that they immediately just completely impress and outskill the already established cast with no, like, real backstory, with no real, like, interesting backstory, without like, that they're perfect practically. They're perfect without an explanation. How that is like, that's not to say that they're just really good at things. They're perfect without an explanation. For example, Batman. Batman is not a Gary Stu, which is the male version of Mary Sue. Batman is not a Gary Stu, because first of all, it's explained that he's super rich. He was training since he was a child, so he can afford all these lessons, all these detective skills. He's talented. I mean, talent just comes out talent is besides the point, but still, like, he can afford all of his gadgets and his lessons because he is super rich, and he's been training since he was a child to fight crime, and he has a really good motive to why he wants to fight crime. Alright, so he is not a Mary Sue. Rey is a Mary Sue. How? She is supposed to be a scavenger, right? A scavenger. Not an engineer, not a combat tactician, not a super soldier, not a Jedi. She is a scavenger. Is what they say, alright? That's what they say. But what they do is that she's a scavenger who can fly the Millennium Falcon expertly better than Han Solo himself. Even though she said herself, she's never flown a ship in her life. She can spot and repair things. Whatever it was, I forgot. It was something with the hyperdrive, I think. Before Han Solo, who his whole life, well, not his whole life, but almost his whole life, has been driving the Millennium Falcon. He's already been established as a skilled character. And he is impressed at Rey. Alright? Rey is force sensitive, She didn't know that the Force existed besides that very day. And on that very day, she but still defeats a Sith apprentice who's been training almost his whole life. His whole life has the power of the dark side and somehow defeats him in combat, alright? Defeats a Sith apprentice despite not knowing the Force even existed until that very day. And masters Force abilities that Luke himself took 3 movies to be able to use. I.e. the Jedi mind trick, on Stormtrooper. If you tell me that that's not being a Mary Sue, then you are a fanboy, alright? You are a fanboy. And I don't like fanboys. I really do not like fanboys, alright? And that is why I don't like the Force Awakens, alright? I know I called it the review. I'm going to change the title from review to why I don't like the Force Awakens. However, there are still some points that I really like, though. For example, the X-Wing battle, when the X-Wings come over to save the guys, to save our heroes. That was pretty cool, actually, the scene. Though there wasn't much that I liked, now looking back at it, because the cons, all what I've been saying, and more, some things I might have forgotten. Probably the biggest thing here is what I said in the beginning. They undid everything. Oh, sorry, there's storage problems going on. Every single thing that the heroes in the original trilogy accomplished. Everything that they fought for, that some of them died for, has been for nothing. And here is where I end the review. Well, the reasons why I don't like The Force Awakens. Again, this is my opinion. And if you're still it's fine that 3 movies worth of sacrifice has been for nothing. Nope. I'm sorry, but yeah, whatever. Alright, you know what? Whatever. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble for so long.